mild, misty, murky start to the day with some fog around. It'll be slow to clear. The outlook turns wetter and windier as we head into tomorrow. All the details of that and more live from the Winter Trail here at Waddesdon Manor. It is so nice to be back, coming and seeing these festive lights. Lots of them last year were curtailed because of COVID restrictions, so many of them have started earlier this year. This is a sneak peek because these actually start this weekend. It's taken 20 people 4 weeks to lay out the hundreds of thousands of fairy lights, 3.2 kilometres of lighting trails all the way around, 12 lighting installations, and we'll be exploring some of those through the morning. And of course, the stunning projection on the Waddesdon Manor first thing this morning as well. But today, of course, Armistice Day, as you mentioned. The weather is set to be cloudy, it is set to be mild, but there are big changes as we head through tomorrow because low pressure is set to move in from the northwest, bringing wetter and windier conditions for Friday. We were talking about potentially quite stormy weather, but actually backtracking on that a little, no warnings in force at the moment. But this is how it looks first thing this morning, divided. Northern areas, fine, clear, a little bit chilly. For England and Wales, it is cloudy, mild, misty and murky. And it's these cloudy conditions that help those temperatures stay up. But it is worth pointing out this morning for England and Wales, it is going to be foggy for some. We were thinking about issuing a warning, but that's not happened because it's not so widespread, but areas of dense fog around. So just take care if you are out on the roads this morning. Through the day, that cloud will lift and break, and it is thick enough to produce those outbreaks of rain and drizzle, sort of nuisance value rain and drizzle for many. Brighter skies develop in the far southeast later, where temperatures will respond to 15 or 16 degrees. In Scotland and Northern Ireland, some slightly fresher conditions. Temperatures still 11 or 12 with some decent spells of sunshine. But it's through this evening and overnight the winds pick up across the northwest, and that brings in first of all the cloud, then the wind, then the rain, and that rain stays through northern areas overnight tonight into tomorrow. So a bit wetter and a bit windier tomorrow, but then dry into the weekend. Kate.
Laura, thank you very much indeed.
Good morning to you. A nice sneak peek this morning of Waddesdon Manor lit up. The trail here that lasts throughout the whole of November, December into January starts this weekend. It looks absolutely beautiful. In total, there's over 100,000 fairy lights that will be adorning the whole of the trail as you walk it your way through. We'll be exploring those as we head through the morning on what is a mild, misty and murky one. Now, for most of this week, low pressure has been close by. It's brought with it spells of rain, particularly for northern areas, low pressure in the north. We've had a southwesterly feed of air. That's bringing with it mild conditions, and it's that's given rise to a lot of cloud and mist over the last few nights, but that's what's helped to keep temperatures up. But it does mean this morning damp and drizzly, particularly through England and Wales, with some fog around as well. No warning from the Met Office, but it will be dense in places, so just take care, particularly through southern areas of England. And as we head through the day today, northern areas start off fine, dry and bright, but despite the sunshine, actually isn't too cold to start the day here. Now, as we head through the day, it's England and Wales by and large, the cloudy, overcast, grey, damp and drizzly, particularly through western areas. Brighter and dry conditions for Scotland and Northern Ireland, and today temperatures average or above across the board, particularly in the south and east. So let's take a look at our 7-day outlook. Does the mild weather last? Well, for Scotland, Northern Ireland and for northern areas of England, temperature-wise, we pretty much sit around about average as we head through the next few days. Looking at our percentage charts of rainfall, there is a big peak tomorrow. Low pressure brings much wetter and windier conditions in, particularly for the far north and west. Then the outlook is a little grey as we head into the weekend before turning drier into next week. Fortunes further south for England and Wales for the next 7 days. Well, temperatures are above average, then they sit around about average as we head towards the weekend. But then looking at our percentage charts of rainfall, today is dull, damp and drizzly, so sort of hit and miss with outbreaks of rain. Turning much wetter tomorrow as a band of rain moves its way through, and then on into the weekend it stays pretty cloudy, it stays fairly mild before turning dry for many of us as we head into next week. Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. I'm giving you a sneak peek of Waddesdon Manor's Christmas light trail that starts this weekend, and it is interactive. And I've been here for the last half an hour doing this, and I'll probably be here for the next half an hour doing it as well. This is brightening up your morning. The weather for many of us certainly won't, particularly for England and Wales. Today's weather dominated by north-south divide. Most of England and Wales, cloudy, misty and murky. Northern areas, sunny, fresh and actually largely dry through the day. But let's start with the murky. England and Wales, overcast grey skies. It's murkier than it was yesterday. There is fog that is dense. For some it will stay all day, particularly through hills of Wales and southwest England. The southeast should brighten up with temperatures responding to 15 or 16 degrees. Scotland and Northern Ireland, a fresher start to the day, but plenty of sunshine here. A few showers in the northwest before turning wet and windy overnight tonight. Yes, it has begun. We have said the C word, Christmas. It is here. We're at the Christmas Light Trail at Wadston. It starts this weekend. Weather-wise this morning, it is pretty misty and murky, particularly for England and Wales. And it's these overcast grey leaden skies that have lowered across the ground, giving some extensive mist and some dense fog around. So take care on the roads, and it'll take a while to lift. Southeastern areas it will. Highs here are 15 or 16 degrees with some sunshine. The Midlands, Wales and the southwest staying pretty grey with a lot of hill fog. Northern Ireland clouds after a bright start for much of northern England and Scotland, sticking with sunny spells before turning wet and windy overnight tonight. Good morning to you. We are at Wadston Manor, where we have been given a sneak peek of their Christmas light trail. It was absolutely spectacular first as well. Weather-wise, it's feeling pretty festive, misty and murky this morning, and we have a mild theme for the next few days. Winds are southwesterly. Low pressure's been sitting to the north of us all week, and that's been bringing spells of rain at times and this mild southwesterly flow. But what it means for today is a divided outlook. For southern areas, we have the legacy of a weather front that sat there through Wednesday. It is still here today, and it gives an overcast grey morning. There's a lot of mist, there's a lot of fog around first thing, and a lot of hill fog as well, so slow going on the roads. Through Wales, the Midlands, southwestern parts of England will stick with the hill fog through the day. Southeastern areas will start to lift and break, and with some brightness, highs of 15 degrees. Scotland and Northern Ireland a fine, dry, sunny, chilly start for many of us, but it clouds over for Northern Ireland through the day. Scotland, plenty of sunshine, temperatures here 12 or 13 degrees. But there's changes to come as we head overnight tonight, because the low pressure that's been anchored to the northwest will finally make inroads, bringing a spell of wet and windy weather. It moves into Scotland and Northern Ireland overnight tonight, slowly slipping its way southwards. So a mild, wet and windy one for northern areas. In the south, it stays cloudy, mild and breezy. So Friday looks like our wettest day of the week. Wet, windy weather spreads its way across the country. The weekend stays mild, if not fairly cloudy.